Over into it, the Lucifer bee. Like, all it's telling me is that they don't want me to come to Australia. That's all it's telling me. That is all it is telling me. They was like, yeah, AC, just stay away. Just stay away. This place ain't for you. This place ain't for you. But let's get over into it. Let's get over into it.
A new species of bee with devil-like horns, named Megachile lucifer, was discovered in Western Australia by Curtin University researchers. The bee was found while surveying a critically endangered wildflower in 2019, and DNA analysts confirmed it did not match any known species of bee. This is the first new member of this bee group described in over 20 years, highlighting how much biodiversity remains undiscovered. The researcher emphasized the importance of documenting native bees, especially in areas threatened by climate change and mining, to protect both the insects and the plants they pollinate, CBS News has reported. The discovery was published in the Journal of Research and coincides with Australia's Pollinator Week, which underscores the vital role of bees in ecosystems.
The Lucifer bee. I can't even say the full name, but let's get over into a longer video so we can learn a little bit more about it. Bye.
An Australian scientist has discovered a new native bee species with tiny horns, appropriately naming it Megachile lucifer. Well, the bee was found while observing a rare wildflower which only grows in Western Australia's goldfields region. The horns are only present on the female bee and may be used as a defence mechanism or to gather pollen or nectar. Well, to get more on that, let's speak to Dr. Kit Prendergast, a native bee ecologist and an adjunct professor at Curtin University. She was the scientist who actually discovered the bee. Well, welcome to BBC News. Big story, big discovery. Just tell us how you ended up finding a new species of bee. I mean, haven't they all been found?
So, tragically, or maybe excitingly, there are so many undescribed bee species in the world, but also in Australia. You'd think that we'd have a pretty good handle on our native bee biodiversity, but we don't. There's about 1,700 described species, but we estimate there's about 500 undescribed species. That is the number of mammal species in Australia. So huge amount of work to be done, but also an exciting time for discoveries. I've done lots of native bee surveys where I found species that are undescribed, but this one caught my eye, and it's the second new species I've described. The first one I called Leoproctus zephyr. Zephyr is my dog, so I like having a bit of fun with the names of new species.
Let's talk about that, because we're looking...
Now, it is a bee, so I'm thinking what I know about bees are relatively harmless, but I might be wrong, so tell me if I'm wrong. But the name Lucifer just makes it where I don't want to go near it. And then Australia in general has so many crazy animals that I watch a lot of documentaries and stuff like that. So some of them things out there look like spiders, especially. Some things I'm just not. I just don't want to see. They'll just pop up in your house. Big. Let's keep going though. Let's keep going.
At the screen here, we can see those little horns on the bee. I think we can hopefully show that picture again so you can see the little horns. So tell us about the name Lucifer and a little bit more about why you ended up choosing that.
Yeah, so when you describe a new species, you get to decide the name. And Megachile lucifer, the females have these devil-like horns. And I thought Lucifer, in consultation with my co-author, was the perfect name for this devilish bee. The other reason why we chose Lucifer rather than, devil or horny or something like that was... So species names are in Latin, and Lucifer actually means light bringer. So I'd hoped that by describing this new species, I could also bring to light the issues facing native bees, such as under-recognition, many undescribed species, many species that aren't protected, areas that haven't been surveyed, and needing to protect and conserve our native bees in the face of things like habitat loss due to mining or agriculture. And I must say, I also really love the Netflix show Lucifer. So, Tom Ellis, if you're watching this, I hope you're really pleased with having a mega
Okay.
chili Lucifer.
I will say I do like the show Lucifer too. It's very good. I just like it is just thinking about all the different aspects of that show was very good. But let's keep going.
That's quite cool to be named, have a bee named after you. Just remember that next time you name a bee. I'd quite like one named after me. How significant is this discovery, Kit?
So I think it's any new species discovery and description is significant because without having a name and a formal description, that species would just go under the radar. It won't be able to be studied. It won't be able to be listed for protection. And so giving a name to a species is, the first step in ensuring it's documented, it's conserved, and it's part of our understanding of the amazing diversity that has evolved on this planet.
Just very briefly, Kit, do you think there's enough backing to protect native bee species?
There definitely needs to be more funding and more investment. And I love native bees so much. I've dedicated my life to them. I have tattoos of them. And I am now creating in my spare time Australian native bee conservation strategy. I've been working hard at this, consulting with my colleagues both in Australia as well as overseas, including in the UK. Simon Potts is an amazing bee researcher and putting together a science-based, evidence-based Australian native bee conservation strategy so that we have a unifying framework to protect our native bees. Of course, we need funding, but we also need people on the ground arming them with the right knowledge so that they can conserve native bees. And, the number one thing for conserving native bees is protecting native habitat.
Well, Kit, I think that's my favourite story of the day. Thank you.
Absolutely wild, y'all. Absolutely wild. She is correct. There's a lot of interesting things out there in the world that we haven't discovered yet. We got to have scientists and people who go out there to find these new things because some of them could hold the cures to some of the worst diseases. I'm not built for it. I've picked my career that I'm built for, engineering, but some people are, and I praise them for doing the work. Because the more new discoveries we have, different plants, different animals, could lead to new medical advantages and different things that just saves a lot of people. Absolutely crazy, y'all. Let me know your thoughts on that situation, or let me know your thoughts on that new discovery. The Lucifer bee. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. But that is it for the show today. All right, everybody, remember this is AC Reviews, the word